Good evening and welcome. I think all of us here tonight are suffering from frustration and sadness over the tragic mass shootings that have occurred in our country. Unfortunately, not all of us are in positions of power where we can influence policies and laws. But those of us who care deeply about subjects as critical as racism and injustice look for ways to influence people's hearts and minds. The People's Zoom Readers Theater was created for this purpose. In fact, the title of our first in-person performance in 2014 was Better to Light a Single Candle Than to Curse the Darkness. And this has been our goal ever since. Tonight, we hope you appreciate our performance of Behind the Mask, and we hope you stay for our discussion so that your experiences can also be understood and appreciated, and you too can be a source of inspiration. Thank you.
My name is Paula. I'm the conductor on this train to Washington, D.C. We find ourselves in a car with 11 people, strangers to each other, a seemingly typical group of travelers like I see every day. Each is currently preoccupied with their own thoughts and actions, as typical of travelers. They are unaware of how fate is soon to bind them together. Who are these people? Join us for our trip and you will find out.
This train is taking forever. If it goes any slower, I won't make it in time for the votes. Am I the only one in a rush?
This train is going much too fast. If only it would slow down. Oh, this heat feels so good. This is so much better than my hut on the street. I wish I could live here forever.
I saw that look. Is it pity or is it disgust? Why is that man across the aisle looking at my fingers? Does he think if he continues looking at the two that are missing, they will suddenly appear? Please stop looking at my fingers. Can't you see how your reaction to my fingers hurts me? I would like to talk to you, tell you what happened. I'm looking at you, but you're turning away. Bill and I were going to get married. We met shortly after I came to America. We worked for the same company and we fell in love. It didn't seem to matter that my skin was darker than his, that I had an accent. We were so much in love. We talked about getting married for 2 years. That is, until my car accident. I had a car accident. I didn't even cause it. I was hit hard. I almost lost my left hand. They told me I was lucky because I just lost 2 fingers. They didn't realize I would lose so much more. I lost you, Bill, and I really loved you. I wasn't marrying you for a green card. I thought you really loved me. I know your mother thought I was now a damaged woman, and I guess you did too. 3 surgeries. I thought you would fight for me, Bill. What happened to you, Bill? How could you just stop loving me just because I'm missing 2 fingers? Or was it really our differences? You clearly didn't love me enough. You clearly didn't love me enough. Will I ever find someone who will truly love me the way I am?
Why is she crying? Look at her. What do you have to cry about? You can walk. You can walk. You can get up from your seat and walk to the bathroom in the next car, or walk to the dining car. You can look for another seat if I'm annoying you. You are free. Free like a bird. Free. I used to be free. You know what I missed most? Swimming in the ocean. I can still see myself surfing the waves. It was heaven. I paid a big price for serving my country. I've been called a hero by some and a problem by others. Now I'm stuck in this chair and no one wants to know why. Maybe people seem to be annoyed when they have to move around me when I'm in their way. They frequently look at me with pity and disgust. I still wear my uniform with pride. Hey, all I ask is that people treat me with respect. I want them to know this happened to me because I sacrificed for them. But do they really give a damn?
I hate my phone. There's no time to think. Always another text, email, tweet. I can just put it down. But what will I do if I put it down? I need something to do, something to look at. I need my phone. Without it, I look as though I have nothing to do. If I'm not doing anything, people expect me to start some weather talk. A lot of people feel the same way. Everybody is in his own world. I don't see anybody burning to talk. Truth is, I wouldn't mind having someone to talk to. For since Dad died, I feel so lost. He really loved me, and I loved him so much. Oh, Dad, where are you? Can you still hear me? Mom misses you so much it hurts. It hurts to look at her. These games on my phone, I know you didn't like it when I played with my phone so much, but they're just distractions. But they just aren't fun anymore. Nothing is fun anymore.
That soldier looks so angry. He scares me. Maybe he blames me for his problems. Maybe he looks at me, sees my hijab, and thinks I'm responsible for all the terrorist attacks. Why else would he hate me? It's not fair. I haven't done anything wrong. It doesn't matter. Wherever I go, I get these nasty looks. I've seen people walk away from me, looking scared. It's as though they think I'm hiding a bomb in my bag and I'll throw it any minute. When is this thinking ever going to end? I thought things were getting better, but I was wrong. Will I ever be accepted in this country? Will I always be a potential terrorist? I hate the people who are responsible for the mass killings. They did a terrible thing, unforgivable. I can't imagine what it's like to lose a member of your family. There is nothing worse, but it's not fair to blame all people who come from my native country for something I could never, ever do. These horrible people have destroyed the joy, the blessing of living in this country. How I wish I could sit like the young ladies on this train, unafraid, confident, knowing that they are respected and safe in their country.
What a lovely scarf. She's so lucky she can hide behind that, but she doesn't need it. She's really pretty. I need one of those scarves to cover my black and blue marks. What do they call them? I bet her mother got her that. Oh, how I wish my mother was still alive. Maybe she could have stopped John from hitting me. Well, I'm going to get as far away from John as I can. So far, he'll never find me.
Warm. Mm. I almost forgot what it feels like. I can't believe how good this feels. It almost hurts. Look at these people. Wow. Do they know how lucky they are? They can get on this train whenever they want to. Me? If I didn't get lucky with that man in the park, I wouldn't be here. Why did he give me his ticket to Washington, D.C.? Washington, D.C., the last stop. What will I do when it stops? I wonder if I could hide somewhere so I could just stay on this train. Man, it's a blessing to be warm. Oh, I'm so tired. It would be really nice to put my feet up somewhere and just go to sleep. But no. If I did that, I'd miss this opportunity to pretend I'm one of them. A person with a job, a person with a purpose, a person going somewhere. I used to be that person. Yeah. For 20 years, I was that person. For 20 years, I had a job. And then the recession, the damn recession. For me, it was a depression with a capital D, D for done. Well, I'm done living a comfortable life, done taking care of my family. Oh, wow, my family. I hope someday they will forgive me for leaving them. The look on their faces was killing me. But what more could I do? I tried so hard to find another job. I didn't want to leave my family, but there was nothing there. So I came here. Still, no luck. What did I expect at my age? I'm dispensable. I'm a dinosaur. The truth is, I am just a damned failure, and I'm terribly ashamed. I can never go home again.
I'm really tired. I think this is the last time I can travel like this by myself. I'm lucky I made the train, but I can't run anymore. My leg hurts, arthritis, it's killing me. I almost fell down. I was so lucky this time, but next time I may not be so lucky. And I know if I fall, it's just the beginning of the end. Oh dear, this seat is too hard. I can't sit so long, but I have no choice if I want to see my grandchildren. Oh, they are my antidepressants. They give my life meaning. Without them, I'd have no purpose. I know I have a lot to be grateful for, but when I'm at home, I feel so sad, so lonely, and traveling alone, honestly, I don't know how people do it. Alan, I missed you so much. I wish you were with me now. I could really use your help. My memory's become a problem. I just hope I took all my meds with me.
When do I tell them? I can't postpone this anymore. Another test that I didn't pass? It's just not for me. I didn't kill anybody, and yet I feel when I tell them, it will be the same thing. Should I tell mom first and let her tell dad? This is making me sick. Medical school is making me sick. How can I tell my parents this when they truly believe a degree in medicine is my ticket to success? Can they see that I'm so unhappy? They've spent their entire life saving for my education. I get that, and I'm grateful. But what about me? Don't my feelings count? I'm tired of doing things I don't want to do. I try to live up to their expectations. It's not just them. Now I'm beyond tired of worrying about what they will think of me if I drop out of medical school. If I do, what's next? What do I want to do? I was never given a chance to even think about what I would like to be. I don't really know what will make me happy. I only know that I don't want this life. I want to be free from their expectations, free to be whatever I want to be. Is that so terrible?
Can I please have your attention? This train will be stopping in a few minutes. I've received information about a problem on the tracks. I'm sorry for the delay.
Doesn't surprise me. What else is new?
I don't believe this. This can't be happening today of all days, just when I'm in a rush. I have to make it in time for that crucial vote. I know that if we don't get a majority on this, and I'm not there, there will be hell to pay. This can't be happening.
Was that the conductor? I heard a woman's voice. What did she say? I couldn't hear her. I'm turning up my hearing aids. I hope there's no problem.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't bump into you. I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to get to the front of the car. Listen, everybody, as you must have noticed, the train has stopped. Of all days, the PA system isn't working well today. So I'm going to each car to announce what's happening. I'm sorry to tell you that we will be here for 20 minutes or more. I know this is an inconvenience and I'm really sorry. I'll get back to you when I have more information.
Oh dear, I can't blame the conductor. I remember when I used to be in a rush. I thought I would bless the day when that stopped, when I had all the time in the world. Now it's a curse. Remember, Ellen? Remember we said we'd retire together and really start to live? And then you got sick. Oh, the shock, the fear. Those last months nearly destroyed me. Sorry, I have to stop thinking about you now. If I don't, I'll embarrass myself in public again. I'm looking at this old lady and traveling all alone. She looks so worried and distressed. That can't be pleasant. Is that what my life is going to be like from now on, traveling alone? I pray my children will never have to go through the long suffering of losing a parent again. Sometimes I wonder if it isn't better to just end life quickly. I fear I'll soon have no control over my life. I'll depend on others for everything. You, young people, cherish your freedom, your energy, your possibilities. It's all ahead of you. If only to be young again.
Again, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I expect to have more information for you shortly.
What happened? Please, somebody tell me what happened.
He didn't tell us what happened. All we know is something happened on the tracks. Are you okay?
Attention passengers. I regret to tell you that we will be here for at least half an hour.
I guess this is really my lucky day. More time. Wow. Maybe I can take a nap where it's nice and warm. Whew, how lucky can I be?
Perhaps it's a sign. I won't have to tell them tonight. This is a lucky break for me. Another day, I'm still an obedient child, a good daughter.
I can't believe this. What can I do? I must vote on that legislation. We have to stop the waste in government, the spending on those programs. Enough is enough. They need my vote. Who knows? Maybe this is an omen that I shouldn't be voting for the cuts. Look at the people on this train, in just this car. There are a lot of people who need help. Are those programs really so wasteful? I'm really torn. If I don't go along with my party, it could be the end of my career. At the very least, it could be the end of the backing of my party. I'm in a tough spot.
What does it matter that the train stopped? Where am I going? Nobody cares when I get home, when I get up, or where I go in this country. Some people would probably be happier if I left. It's terrible to feel so unwanted. What do I do with my life now? Come to think of it, I may not have a choice. I may be forced to leave. My visa will expire soon. And I never thought about that happening. I was getting married. Now, if I can't get a job or a sponsor, I'll have to go back. But this is now home to me. Everybody important to me in my country is gone. I can't go back. What am I going to do? Who will want to hire me now with 2 missing fingers?
What will happen when John gets home and I'm not there? Will he know that I left him? Oh my goodness, will he come after me? How could I marry a man like that? I thought he was so good looking. I felt really good when we went out together. I used to be proud to be with him. But he could get angry so quickly over little things. If I didn't do exactly what he told me, he yelled at me like I'm his little child. Why did I think so little of myself to let him treat me that way he has for years? Did he ever really show me respect? I can't remember. Did he ever really care about me and my feelings? When I suggested that he get some help with his problems at work, he lost his temper again. I thought he was going to kill me.
Oh, this is terrible. I'm scared. I pray this has nothing to do with a bomb or terrorism. It's not good to constantly worry all the time, to expect something bad will happen. I pray for good news. Our lives are challenging enough. If he comes from my country, we are doomed. My sister has been waiting for years to come here. She will be rejected for sure.
This better not have anything to do with a bomb or terrorism. As a Muslim, my life is complicated enough. When did my religion become a religion of terrorism? I've lost too many friends, people who I thought were my friends, people who trusted me. Why did they stop trusting me? Their friends didn't like having me around. They thought I could be dangerous. This better not be a terrorist thing. Maybe they'll think I did it. Things were getting better, so it seemed. The last incident at a synagogue in Texas. Why? Why did you do that? You realize what you've done to all of us? Your hatred isn't going to help you and your family. Hatred never helps. Nobody gets to be a winner. You terrorized innocent people, people you didn't know. You can't blame anybody you want because you're angry and because you want to help your sister. No good can come from this type of behavior. Allah, when will this stop?
It's the same thing. These old trains, they break down all the time. How many times have they promised to use our tax dollars to fix our roads, bridges, tracks? Promises, huh? This is America, the richest country in the world. And yet these trains are older than I am. What other developed countries have trains as slow as this? If they don't do something, someday they will just stop altogether. Would it matter to me? It's so uncomfortable for someone in a wheelchair to travel on these trains. I'm always afraid of people bumping into my wheelchair. Yes, I've seen the looks. People wondering why I'm on a train taking up so much space. Well, I have every right to be here. Will these guys in Washington and in state and local government really use the money allocated to upgrade our infrastructure and make it easier for all of us to get around safely and comfortably? We can only hope.
When will it stop? When can I stop worrying about everything? I thought once I finished school, I could get a decent job and I would be treated with respect and my family would be treated with respect and I could stop worrying. Now, it seems worse than ever. I'm afraid to walk down the street without being stopped. For what? For nothing except being Black? Is there any place we can live that is safe for us today?
Oh, this is the second time I'm dealing with such a tragedy. I wonder if it isn't another case of bullying. The last time it was a gay man who just couldn't take it anymore. What is it this time? Oh, dear God, I have to pull myself together. This is my job. Can I please have your attention again? Can I please have your attention? I'm truly sorry about this inconvenience. And I'm sorry to say the delay will be longer than expected. The reason is, well, I'm sorry to say, a person is dead. It appears to be a suicide. The train before us must have hit him.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
oh,
Oh,
man.
God.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's
Oh,
horrible.
man. Oh.
What happened?
What
Who
is
was the person?
What is wrong?
Oh, my goodness.
What caused him to do such a terrible thing?
Oh, no, 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 no.
Excuse me, what did she say? Something about the train? Is somebody crying?
Somebody killed himself.
Killed himself?
My God, that's so sad. I wonder if it was a student.
She didn't say. Just somebody was hit by a train. I guess somebody who had to be very desperate.
Perhaps somebody under a lot of pressure.
You're probably right. Must be somebody who didn't feel he had much to live for.
Maybe somebody who was ashamed, who couldn't live up to her family's expectations.
Maybe someone was trying to run away. Oh, we all live with a lot of stress.
Especially young people. In my culture, there are so many expectations for young people. We carry the dreams of our ancestors on our shoulders all the time. Sometimes it can be too much.
Perhaps he was an old man, too tired to go on, to fight his pain. He probably wanted to give his family a break, make it easier on them.
You don't have to be old to feel you've lived too long. I get it. I know why. He had no hope. He had nothing to live for.
But that's crazy. Surely, if he asks for help, there are programs.
Yeah, like the help a lot of guys who fought in Iraq and Afghanistan got. And they came home with missing parts, PTSD, all treated like we didn't do our job. That guy must have been very desperate. Damn.
It was a coward's way out.
Are you kidding? I say it took a lot of courage to end his misery.
Courage? What does that mean? Courage? I thought I had courage. Never give up. Take the layoff in stride. Don't hate the people who bought out your company and laid you off.
There is always another job if you really look for it.
Are you joking? Who are you? What do you know about looking for a job? You look pretty well off to me. Nice clothes, leather briefcase. You must be a very important person. What would happen if when you got to work today, they told you they don't need you anymore? Are you sure? Are you sure that your job will always be waiting for you? A job that pays your family's bills, rent, food, clothes, gasoline for a car, heat, water, electricity?
Are you talking about yourself? Well, how long have you looked? How hard did you try?
Don't insult me. For 2 years, lady, I looked and looked, and I was never young enough. I can't tell you how many times I wished I had that man's courage.
Courage? Isn't it harder to go on? But I have no right to judge him. I don't know his pain. I do know this. It's very hard to go on. I think it takes a lot of courage to pick up the pieces of your world when it comes crumbling and start all over again. That's what I'm going to need to do, to start living again.
Start living again?
Yes, I thought I had my life mapped out. I was engaged to marry a man I loved very much. Life was really good until I got into a car accident and lost a few fingers. And when I lost that, I lost my fiance.
Really? He ended your engagement over that?
It seemed that was the reason. Now I wonder. We had differences. I guess it's obvious I wasn't born here, but that didn't seem to matter until I wasn't whole anymore.
Well, perhaps you were lucky. Perhaps he would have made you miserable, always putting you down, thinking it's okay because in his eyes, you aren't perfect. But that's ridiculous. It shouldn't matter. Nobody is perfect. I understand because that's what happened to me. You see my left eye? You see my left eye? I am my husband's punching bag. When life doesn't treat him right, it's my fault. And he thinks he can take it out on me.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
So sorry too.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen to you.
Why do you say that?
Well, I just assume that because of your religion, men treat you a certain way. You know, put you on a pedestal.
I like to think you're right, but there are dangerous men in all cultures. My hijab doesn't protect me from everything or everybody. In fact, for many people, it's a lightning rod.
What do you mean?
She means that her hijab tells people she's a Muslim And all of us who are Muslims are treated like potential terrorists, a danger, a source of suspicion, not to be trusted. With a ban of any kind, it may become impossible for our relatives to come here to see us. Who knows what the future will be?
Can you imagine what that feels like? I can't even speak my own language in public. Just when I've learned how important it is to make eye contact, nobody wants to make eye contact with me. They are afraid. I feel as though something is wrong with me. It's so lonely, so isolating. Why can people see that I just want to be friendly? I just want what everybody deserves, to be treated with respect, with kindness. It would be wonderful to be treated like I'm one of you, like I belong here too, even though I have a different religion.
Salam, you expressed our situation so well. Thank you. It's what we all feel. We just want to be treated like we belong here.
I think I understand what you are saying. I get tired of having to prove myself, prove that I belong. I often feel like an outsider too. It's a terrible feeling.
If I'm hearing right, I finally got my hearing aids to work. You're talking about belonging here. It took a long time for people of my religion to be accepted anywhere, even here in the US.
Then perhaps you do understand.
I guess I shouldn't say this, but young man, you seem to be very occupied with your phone. Don't you care about what these people are talking about?
What? Excuse me.
I know it isn't my business, but you haven't stopped playing with your phone since we heard about a dead man. Don't you care?
Dead man? What dead man?
Didn't you hear? There's a dead man on the train tracks.
No, I didn't hear anything. I'm sorry. That's terrible. But what am I supposed to do about it? There's nothing I can do about this.
You're right, nothing. But how about a little curiosity?
I don't understand. Why are you angry at me? How do you know what I think or feel or care about?
Actually, I don't know what young people think or care about. It just seems young people today are so self-absorbed and attached to their phones day and night, even when they're sitting with others. I don't see much engagement at all.
You're right. We don't really know how you feel or what you care about, but that doesn't stop me from worrying. Like it or not, you and your peers are our future. And too many people of all ages are brainwashed with misinformation. Instead of spending so much time on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, we need you young people to focus on the real problems facing our democracy, our world today. After all, you are the ones who will have to make critical decisions. How can you do that if you don't know what's going on?
Just because I look at my phone, you think I don't care about people or I don't know what's going on? Is that fair? How can you people judge me? You don't know me. You know nothing about me and you're condemning me. In fact, it sounds as though you're condemning my entire generation.
It's true. We don't know you. The truth is, it's not just people your age who seem so focused on our phones, on our own problems. We are so into ourselves that we don't know the people around us. We are so absorbed by our own heartaches We don't realize other people are hurting too. All I can think about is what I lost.
You didn't lose anything worthwhile. It's better to find out now before he ruins your life. You are lucky to be rid of a man as shallow as the person who left you. I'm trying to change my life too. That's why this is really important to me.
Why didn't you leave him before?
Well, that's easy to say. Could you? If I finally made a decision, and I hope I have the courage and the money to follow through with this, but I'm going to give it a try. I don't know much about your culture, but wouldn't you be punished if you did what I'm trying to do?
Actually, that's not so. It depends where you're from and your family, and who your husband is, and what he believes. I would never marry such a man.
You have a choice?
Yes, she does. I'm very lucky that she accepted me. She knew that I would only treat her with love and respect that she deserves.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't mean to say that something that was wrong. I shouldn't assume something when I don't really know anything. Forgive me.
That's understandable. There is so much talk about our religions.
So much is not true. The fact is, there are a lot of misunderstandings on both sides.
Religion, always a very sensitive topic with a lot of misunderstandings. I'm sorry, young man, you're right. I shouldn't have judged you. We were all too quick to judge.
I should apologize too. Perhaps I was a bit too preachy. I'm just so frustrated. People want a lot of things. They complain a lot, but they don't pay attention to what is really going on. They aren't interested in facts, in the truth. They see a paid television ad on a topic of great importance or something on social media and they believe every word. This is what bothers me. This is what I lose sleep over.
That's okay. I understand. You aren't totally wrong. I am spending too much time on my phone and too much time thinking about myself.
How much longer do you think we'll have to wait? I'm sure my daughter is so worried that I'm this late. And I'm not feeling well.
Can I get you something to drink?
Here, I have an extra bottle of water and some crackers. Would you like some?
Thank you, dear. I'm very fortunate to be sitting next to such a beautiful and generous young lady and such a thoughtful gentleman.
Thank you. I wonder if we'll ever find out what drove the man to kill himself.
I say he lost his soul, lost his self-respect. He couldn't make a decent living.
Surely the government would help him.
Up to a point.
What do you mean?
Well, there are government programs, but it depends if you qualify. And then sometimes the government just doesn't function. A lot of red tape, bureaucracy.
Yeah. People who are out of work and run out of unemployment insurance before they can find a job.
It's true that it's unfortunate, but you know there has to be a limit.
Unemployment should be available as long as it's necessary to help get people back on their feet.
But then where's the incentive to go out and look for a job?
Oh, is that the problem? You think that people won't look for a job? What if you spend years looking for a suitable job, but you can't get one? Whose fault is that?
Well, if a person is going to be so particular, you can't always get what you want. Today, there are lots of jobs that are just waiting to be filled.
Would you take any job? Will you be satisfied with a job that doesn't pay enough to take care of your family?
Well, if you don't have a choice,
What if you couldn't find another job that uses the skills you developed over those years?
you learn new things, acquire new skills.
Young people can do that, not people my age. And to make matters worse, Congress often talks about cuts to food stamps for people who depend on them.
Frankly, I agree with you. It isn't right.
For some reason, we don't have enough for our own people, but we do to help refugees in other countries build their roads and
Yeah, for years, we have built infrastructure and schools in other countries when our own roads, bridges, and schools have been crumbling.
It's not as simple as you make it sound. And that is going to change here. In any case, you have to look at the big picture.
what big picture are you talking about? What kind of job do you have?
Well, actually, I work for the federal government. I work for the people of our country.
Really? What exactly do you do? You work in Congress?
Actually, I do. I'm a senator.
A senator? Wow. This is great. 'Cause I heard that maybe something will be done about our student loans. Is that true? My dad just died and I have all these loans and I don't know when I will pay them back. What is the government going to do about our loans?
Now I really feel sorry about what I said. I'm so sorry you lost your dad. I hope you'll forgive me.
That's okay. I think I understand.
So, Senator, what are you going to do about those loans?
I'm Senator Collins, but you have to understand, I'm only one voice in Congress.
Can I have your attention, please? The tracks have been cleared. We will soon resume our trip.
No, not yet. I've been very quiet. I've listened to each of you, and I just want you to know how I feel. We asked the question, why did he do it? We all know 1,000 reasons why. It could be somebody who is terminally ill, who is tired of pain, never-ending pain, who is tired of people with energy and success continuously telling this person to keep fighting, not give up, keep the faith, be grateful for every day. Yeah, that kind of help can drive a person to suicide. I know. I'm not terminally ill, thank you, Lord, but I'm living a terminally ill life with no hope. I'm dog tired of trying to make things work, trying to feed a family of 3 on a salary that can't feed one adequately. I'm so tired of living in a war zone where everybody has at least one gun, where drugs are the mother's milk of the building. You never know who will be banging on your door with a gun at any hour. The police looking to arrest anybody that would be a problem, the drug dealer or the drug addict looking for money to pay for his or her habit, or looking to hide. I am tired of looking at my child's face when he's hungry or scared or too embarrassed to go to school because he didn't have a full stomach or the peace of mind he needed to finish his homework. And I'm dead tired of having to remind my child to be careful and stay away from the police, from anybody in a uniform as much as possible, because we are a target because of our skin. If we look the wrong way, our life could be over in a split second. I am so tired. Yeah, tired enough to give up.
But
No, don't tell me. There is always hope. Count your blessings. God will save you. All you need is love. Really? We all know that's garbage. Do you know how many times we've been told that things would change? I can count the number of people we trusted would make a difference. People we voted for, who made promises that made so much sense, and promises that were broken because something else seemed more important, or the promises just didn't seem worth keeping. Can anybody here understand my desperation, my frustration, and my disillusionment?
Yes, I do understand. I mean, I want to believe that there's hope, but I hear you, and it pains me because you're right. I can't disagree with anything you've said. Unfortunately, these are very tough times for all of us, but it doesn't diminish your feelings, your despair. I just hope some of you can understand my concerns. I wear a uniform, and when I'm not too busy doing my job, I think to myself, be careful. Don't turn your back on anybody, because I'm a target too. You see, I represent authority, and there are people who will use their power in the wrong way. Sometimes it's an accident, sometimes it's on purpose. But regardless of the reason, many people they think of us as the enemy, and that makes us very vulnerable. We never know if there's like an angry person or a sick person just sitting on our train waiting to take out their revenge on us.
You can't tell me, sister, that life in a uniform is just as bad as life in my kind of skin.
Oh, no. Of course, I mean, I can't tell you that. I'm not in your skin. I'm just telling you that, well, I have reasons to be scared too. Surely you must have heard about the police officers who've been shot.
my guess is there isn't anyone on this train who doesn't have a reason to be scared, even a feeling of hopelessness.
Thought I was the only one. So what's the answer?
I don't think the answers are the same for everybody. I'm not living in poverty. I haven't lost a job. I'm pretty healthy and I have a lot of years ahead. But I have problems too. Big ones. You can tell me that what I'm feeling doesn't count, even if it's not as bad as what you are feeling. My pain is my reality.
You are right. I can't tell you that. What is your name?
Joy. My name is Joy. Sorry about that. But listening to all of you put things in perspective, I'm beginning to realize that my problem, which is huge to me, is something I have to resolve. I must find the courage to do.
What is your problem, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, to many people, it may sound like a cliche and think it's no big deal. But to me, it is. My parents have such high expectations for my future. They want me to be a doctor.
Doesn't everybody's parents want that?
I suppose. But in my culture, education is everything. And becoming a doctor is the best. Nothing could be better.
So, what's the problem?
I don't want to be a doctor. I don't like math and science. Taking the required course in biology, embryology, and immunology has been a nightmare. I don't think how to tell my parents that their dream is not mine. It will kill them.
Oof, I guess you're right. You do have a problem.
And we shouldn't minimize it. But I would think after the initial shock, they'll work with you. In the end, I'm sure they really want you to be happy.
Well, I hope you are right. You both are very kind. Thank you for listening.
Whether we are right or not about the solution to your problem, I can't say. But one thing I'm certain of is that we all have problems.
I agree. And some problems will take a lot of time and help. One thing that doesn't help is judging other people. Why do we do that? What do we get from doing that? Why can't we just be more sympathetic, more empathetic, kinder?
Right. Why are people so quick to judge or condemn? You know, before the train stopped, I looked at you, Mr.
Anthony, just call me Tony.
Thank you, Tony. The truth is, I looked at you and all I could think of was that you were judging me.
Judging you? I wasn't judging you, not really. It's true. I saw your tears, and instead of thinking about your pain, I was wondering how you could be so unhappy when I'm in this wheelchair and you have the freedom of your legs.
You're right. I do. What right do I have to feel sorry for myself?
Yeah, but what right do I have to judge you? How do I know what kind of pain you are living with, and how does it help me to judge you? So, Senator, I'm not judging you, but I'm wondering, what laws have you made to make any of our lives better?
I'm only one person. You can't blame me for everybody's problems. Believe it or not, I have problems too. I have obstacles that prevent me from always doing what I think is right.
He's not blaming, just asking. Have you actually done anything to help the people you represent? The people in your community?
I think I have, but it's not as easy as you think. In our democracy, it's a team effort. Where were you on election day? Did you vote?
Wow, that's a loaded question, Senator. When I was on active duty, I could vote by absentee ballot here in the States and while I was deployed overseas. Now that I'm home and my mobility is limited, I can't get to the poll without assistance, and my state wants to limit my ability to vote by mail. So much for thanks for my service, eh? What the hell are you doing to preserve my right to vote in this democracy that I helped save?
I understand your situation and deeply regret that it's not easy to vote in this country, and it appears to be getting worse. But this is another important topic. Right now, however, I would like to know about the rest of you. Is voting a priority? I'll bet some of you who could have easily gone to vote just didn't. I can't stay in my position and do what you want me to do if you don't vote. And know who you are voting for and where she or he stands on the issues.
Well, I may not know as much as you young people today with all your phones and Apple things, but I do know who I voted for and I know why.
I'm impressed that a person of your age cares enough to vote and even know who and what you're voting for. I feel that I was too quick to judge, Too quick to assume otherwise, and I'm sorry.
Did you judge me too? What about the rest of you? What do you think I did for a living? Anybody? Anybody want to guess what I did? What I was? No takers? I was an engineer, and a darn good one. And what am I now? You, young fella, do you want to take a guess? Anybody? What about you, ladies? Does anyone here want to take a guess? Do you know this is the first time I've been on a train in years? Do you know how I even got here? Do you know why I'm here? Do you know?
Dad used to say there are 3 things a person needs to want to stay alive: kindness, hope, and a sense of purpose. I don't know what to say to you, sir.
Sam. My name is Sam. You had a smart father. It's because of somebody's kindness and generosity that I'm on this train. But I can't live on kindness. I don't want to live on kindness or handouts. I want a job, a real job. I want my life back.
Hear you. I get it. When there is no chance of getting out of poverty, out of a neighborhood of crime, why keep fighting? Yes, I'm angry, very angry and disappointed, but I'm still not giving up. I can't afford to do that. My children and grandchildren depend on me and my generation to change things. I have to keep trying. Now more than ever, we have to work together. We have to make the people we vote for responsible and live up to their promises. No, for sure. I am not giving up.
I wasn't giving up. I just need to wake up. I've been feeling sorry for myself, and I have a good reason. I lost my father. He was the best. I will never have him to talk to again. But I was lucky to have him as long as I did. And he taught me a lot of things. I'm just beginning to realize what I need to do. There are things to do, things to get angry about, things to fight for.
Oh, you all right, son? You all right. When only the very rich have a chance of getting elected, when it takes a lifetime to pay off student loans, something is wrong. We have to make our voices heard so that there are changes.
I have to be honest, I couldn't hear half of what you were all saying. But as a senator, when you get to Washington, D.C., I hope you'll remember whom you should be fighting for. Not the millionaires who paid to keep you there, but the people who really need your help.
I need help, but I realized only I can help myself. I have to believe in me. What about you? I guess you are worried too.
You're very kind to say this. Yes, this has definitely been a very scary time for us. We're not the enemy, but the enemy looks very much like us. I don't know what I can do about this.
I think instead of shying away from the problem, there must be something that we can do to make our situation better. We can't look to others to make it better. We have some responsibility too. We have to speak
Right.
out.
You're right. We can talk to the people in our community. We can write to newspapers. We can educate people we meet.
Like us. Wow. If you take on such a huge problem, possibly a dangerous one, I know what I must do. And it isn't going back to an abusive man. What about you?
I haven't decided yet, but I have to stop worrying about my differences and what I'm missing. I know there is a lot more to me than what I lost, and I'm not going to let anybody make me feel less than what I know I can be. Perhaps we can help each other.
What do you mean?
Well, first, I think we should investigate what is available to women who are abused. That's what you've been, and there are places. What do you call them?
They are centers against domestic violence. You should be able to find one in any city you go to.
It sounds so official, kind of scary. Do you really think I should go there?
When we get to DC, I will be happy to help you find one of these centers and go with you.
Oh, that is so kind of you. I don't know what to say. How can I help you?
Actually, helping you will help me. I need purpose in my life, and that can come from helping you.
Oh, if only somebody could have helped that man who killed himself. I guess we'll never know what pain and struggles or inner turmoil consumed that person. We don't know if anyone, anything, or anybody could have prevented his death. I just wish I had a chance to try.
I think the lesson here is that we shouldn't be so quick to judge another person. We simply don't know what people are going through, what life challenges they are experiencing.
You are so right.
Next time we find ourselves judging another person, we should remember that we all wear masks, especially in public, and we never know what's behind the mask.
Thank you. And now everyone is welcome to participate in our discussion. Tell us about your experiences with stereotyping, judging people unfairly. You can also share your thoughts about the challenges, the fears, and the disappointments that you or others you know are dealing with. Is there anything we can do to help people feel more connected?
I see you looking at me. You're thinking, how could he have let himself get so fat? He must eat like a pig. He must be so lazy. Sure, go ahead and judge. Believe me, I've done it to myself plenty. In fact, that nasty woman up there sat in this seat with me a minute ago. Then after some pushing and squirming, said to me, some people should learn how to take up only their half of the seat. They have no idea how I struggle with my weight. I've been heavy since second grade. Even as a young kid, it was so embarrassing going school shopping with my mom and having her take me to the Husky section at Sears. The kids in gym class with all of the fat jokes. And now, even as an adult, the more subtle but still hurtful judging. As an adult, I could have been a Weight Watchers poster ad. I must have lost hundreds and hundreds of pounds over the years, only for them to return with a vengeance. Gastric bypass surgery was the last resort and had it done 15 years ago. After about 7 good years, the weight crept back on. How do some do it? Doctors say that you can fight genetics all you want, but the battles are constant and we rarely win. Oh, how I wish I had inherited skinny jeans so I could wear skinny jeans. People truly treat fat people differently, as if we are worthless, have no feelings, and are just taking up too much space. I've seen both sides. Each time I was thinner, I'd gain more respect, more attention in a store, smiles from strangers. When fat, sneers, judging looks, etc. Actually, I am not a pig. I am not lazy. I walk every day. I bike. I swim. I'm a pretty darn good skier. I'm kind. I'm compassionate. I'm a good person. Hey, I just have to keep telling myself that. In fact, I do. No one is going to respect me until I respect myself. Just get to know me. Get to know what's inside.
As you can see, I'm a Black woman. And while I appreciate and sympathize with my brothers who describe their flight as clearly as possible, I feel the need to share the challenges of a Black woman who I'm not too humble to say are in many ways the anchor of the family. And we are the pillars of the Black community. And based on the last presidential election, is in many ways and many places the savior of our democracy. Exaggeration, you may say. No, the facts just don't lie. Look how many homes it's the Black woman who is holding the family together. She is the person who has no choice but to stay and make life work. While the husband and the father's out of work, he's out of the house, or trying to make it elsewhere, in jail, or in an early grave. Oh, yes, we pray day and night for help, for better opportunities, for our children and ourselves. We know we are taken for granted. Yes, we're underpaid. And we just accept it because we can't afford to lose whatever it is we're getting. And when we do speak up, people accuse us of being arrogant. I can't believe that. Well, I think I said enough, except for this fact that I can say all of this here tonight is a sign of progress. I think people want to know how we feel. Eventually, we hope we will get our just due.
Yeah, thank you, Diane. I see Joanna has her hand up.
Oh, hi, yeah. Well, I want to say this was very powerful, in my opinion, for many reasons. First of all, I was very taken and very impressed with people's acting or abilities or emotiveness at the end part, with the people on the train. Very, very impressed with how wonderful people did. I like the use of the masks. I thought that was very powerful, and I've never seen that before. To me, it really took the emphasis away from someone's face in the beginning. Later on, sometimes we could see someone's faces, but focused on the picture of the person who was supposed to be speaking. It seemed like the train was a symbol for journey, symbol for life. And it seemed to me to have conservative and also progressive views. It seemed like it was maybe the play was part therapy session and part political. Like, I love this. Helping you will help me. What a wonderful message, and also about judging. We can't judge each other. So anyway, thank you to everybody. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you for being here. Great. Anybody else want to share or tell about a person or a type of person that you feel hasn't been represented, but is also wearing a mask for good reasons? Anna.
Hi everyone. I have seen many faces I knew from before. I have been part of this. I couldn't rehearse anymore because of time, but congratulations to all my friends of the Reader Theater, because you were great. And I feel like I have heard this script, I think 3 or 4 times, and never gets outdated, right? And given the facts that having happened in this last 2 weeks, I think it's so necessary to have these spaces of reflection and sharing thoughts, and also gathering, forces for trying to, I don't know, some way pull this or push this to change socially as a society. That's it.
Thank you. It's wonderful to see you. So glad you could make it. Anybody else like to say something or share?
I just want to say it's the first one I'm kind of just watching and not participating in, and it came off so crisp and so smooth and so well done. It was very impressive looking at it from the other side. So kudos to everybody and to Alexis.
Yeah.
And when you're not participating, sometimes you can get more understanding of the script. It's very interesting because you're focused so differently. So way to go.
Wow, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Right, I'd just like to ditto what everyone said. This was a great performance. You guys did a wonderful job. I'm just so happy to be here to hear you guys, and everything just went off well. And I think my favorite line was that people need 3 things: purpose, kindness. Ooh, the other one jumped out my head, senior moment. But I think
purpose.
So, I think that those 3 things are, really what a person needs. It's just sad that here we are in 2022 and, like things haven't changed that much, but, we're working on it. So, but I think that was great. You guys did a wonderful job.
Yeah. Great to see you, Brenda. Thank you. Yeah. Anybody else want to share?
Well, this was a wonderful experience to be a part of, and to actually sit back and experience and view it from the other side. And I really, what sticks out to me is for the fact is that everyone's on that train headed towards, whatever it is that they do behind their mask. And it took that stop. It took a tragedy, but for that train to actually stop and give an opportunity for folks to listen and talk and be vulnerable and see the commonalities. So for me, that being still and stopping and being together in the moment, just unfortunate that sometimes it takes tragedy in order for us to do so.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent points. Unfortunately. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else?
I loved it. I heard the scripts. Am I on?
Yeah, we're hearing.
Yeah. I loved it. I heard the script several times, and just as somebody else said, it stays fresh. And I think that's a very great point that Diane just made about the train stopping. And at the point where it stopped and things said, people had to pay attention to each other eventually. And we usually don't get that opportunity. People are jumping from moment to moment to moment. And we don't take that time to stop and maybe take a look at ourselves in the situation and make it understand that we're being judgmental and not just always being caught up with maybe being judged. So I just really appreciated this a lot. And I really like everybody's comments.
Well, thank you for yours. So good to see you. Anybody else?
Yeah,
Diane?
Alexis. I just wanted to say, thank you so very much for allowing me to participate. It was very difficult for me for this one to get to rehearsals, and then I had a lot of computer trouble, as Alexis well knows. But I'm looking forward to the day when we can come together again. I like Zoom, but I liked it so much more when we had that closeness, that camaraderie together. This is good, and the good thing about this is that we can reach people in China. We can reach people, in other countries. That's amazing across the globe. I love that aspect of the Zoom, but I'm looking forward to it when we can all come together and hang out and come together, because it was great. That was fun. That was a good time. I appreciate both, but I really like being connected that way.
Maybe we'll have a reunion again.
Yes, we do. We need another reunion, and things are clearing up. Perhaps it'll happen. Yeah. But it was an excellent script. It was really good listening to it, hearing everybody. That was really, really good. And it was well done. Really, really well done. I'm very pleased and very proud of everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think as usual, everybody did a great job. And your Sam, well, it was worth having you with all the problems. I lost you, Diane. No way. That was your part. Yeah. So, okay. Anybody else? I know it's been a long week.
Did you want to say something, Anne? Because you unmuted.
Oh, I wrote on the chat. It's come through. No?
No, I didn't see it. Would you like to say it?
Yes. Well, I feel very happy and like the presentation, and I like it. It's well done. Thank you.
I'm glad you're
great.
Next one you'll be in.
I still have to learn a long time.
Good.
Thank you. Yeah, great.
Welcome. Yeah. Anybody else? Well, thank you all for coming. And I think it is a bit of therapy. I think our country's in a terrible state. Things are really going in the wrong direction. But as we said in the script, as Lester said, despite everything, we still have to have hope, and we have to keep fighting. And as our senator said, we've got to vote. Every single vote counts. So I send you all my love and affection for all of your participation, for those who came. And next one, Asian Threads. Anybody who wants to be in it, you're welcome to join us. So have a good night and enjoy a good Memorial Day weekend.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alexis. You did a great job.
As well.
Yeah.
Way to go, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Hi, Mark.
Hello, Alexis.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you very much for staying on.
No, I unfortunately arrived a little bit late, but it was very interesting. And it takes people like all of you to make a better world.
Yeah.
People don't like really talking to each other.
Yeah.
They find it very difficult.
Especially today. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yes, it is. But it was very nice, Alexis. Sorry I came to it late.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you for coming at all.
Of course, you don't have to thank me for coming. All right, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, good night.
Good night. Love to Diana.
Will do. Thank you. All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, okay.